Love is something that can't be explained. Love is endless. Like, I can go on and on and on and on. No is a complete sentence. Don't allow anyone or thing to make you feel bad for saying it. Stop carrying the weight on your shoulders of what they want you to be. Stop being the seat warmer. Allow that seat to stay cold. It's not your fault that they couldn't keep it warm. Focus on you because avoidance is never the answer. Love won't ever be proven by what you can and cannot do for them, because in that moment, they are just avoiding themselves. Allow the love that you have for yourself to show them how to love themselves. Grandiose evening, afternoon, morning, night, whenever you're listening to this, I just wanted to discuss the topic of love and the difference between love and lust. I feel like a lot of times we kind of teeter totter between the two, from not knowing to knowing, to wanting love to expressing lust. And the human mind is very contradictory. It feels like it knows what love is, but at the same time, it expresses something totally different from what it knows love to be. As a child, I remember being in love with just imagination and imagining what I felt like love was. I didn't necessarily understand or know what I wanted love to be, or what idea I wanted to picture for love. I just know that when I was younger, I I understood that I didn't need to force myself or force anyone to get to know me, like me, love me. I just understood that I was in love with the idea. I was in love with the person. I was in love with what I was doing as a child. I remember doing things out of sheer joy. I didn't expect money. I didn't expect anything out of what I was actually doing. And I started to understand that that was a form of love. Like, this is love. Like, growing up, or now I'm starting to um walk into the realization that the whole time love was always in front of my face. Love was never something that I had to fake or hide. Like, in this society now, not just wanting to blame society, but we want things done easily. We want things given to us easily. We don't want to work for the things that we want. Some of us don't want to work for the things that we want because it's hard. It's hard. We expect things to be a certain way. We suffer from disappointment. We suffer from fear of not having the things that we want. And we have to step back and sometimes, like, fall. We have to fall in order to know what love really is. Love is not something that is forceful. It's not forceful. I can't force this art. Love is art. I can't force this art. I can't force my expression. I can't force myself to hold back my expression. And me doing that, I'll just be restricting my love. Like, I can't restrict my love. Like, that's just like nature. How can nature restrict its true being? Like, I can't restrict myself. Me restricting myself from being in love is basically me restricting myself from growing, me restricting myself from changing or doing any of those things. Love is something that can't be explained. Love is endless. Like, I can go on and on and on and on about the topics of what love is and what love feels like, and I can't say what love looks like because love has no image. Love can literally be like, I can't see it. You can't see love. I can't see this. I can't see this. Love is a feeling. You can't see the way I feel internally. You can't see that. You can't see that me listening to these birds and these animals is a form of love. You can't see that. This is something that I feel deeply. Lust is all of the things that draw to the flesh, draw to the flesh. Lust wants to capture. Lust doesn't allow you to freely be you because lust has expectations of how it wants you to be and how it wants you to appear. Lust has a window, or lust has a image in its head of how it wants you to appear. Men nowadays, some men, they see women as they see themselves as having types. They see themselves as having types. Women as well. We see ourselves as having a type. I want a rich man. I want a rich girl. I want a successful husband. These are all things of lust. I want someone that looks this way. I want someone that smells this way. That is lust. Love is something that automatically draws to you without you explaining the reason for why you're attracted to it. Like, I don't know why I'm attracted to this. I don't know why I feel like this is something that is so right for me. Love is abundant. Love is all around us, whether we want to recognize it or not. It puts me in this energy of I don't have to expect anything out of me expressing the way I feel, like me expressing myself through painting, drawing, making a video, or creating. These are all things that I do out of love. Me wanting to give you a hug, me wanting to be intimate with you is a form of love, and I don't expect anything back from that. I understand that I don't have to overgive either. I don't have to this doesn't have to be something that shows up in one way. I can show love in multiple ways with still feeling that I love this thing. I love this feeling. I'm in love with what I do. I had to learn how to really get into this energy of being in love because I feel like sometimes I lose sight of that, of what love is, because I get so caught up in things wanting to get done fast or things to happen immediately. I went to the bookstore this morning and I, you know how sometimes we go to the grocery stores and they have these doors that automatically open for us. This door did not automatically open, but I almost walked into it. I just started laughing because I was like, wow, like why did I expect this door to open for me? Why did I expect this to happen for me? Why did I expect certain things to be handed to me? And it just sent me down like this. It sent me into this mindful place where I was just like, I need to be more intentional. I need to stop expecting things to be a certain way. I need to stop having expectations of what love is or how love will feel. It's kind of like the same concept. It's just how I get my messages. It's how I open my mind. It's how I transform. It's how I evolve into being who I am. Love is always evolving. Lust will always want things to be one way. Lust for something will never change. When you lust after something, it will never change. It will always be the same. Lust is not something that is consistent. Lust is something that it will just always be the same. Lust will not go after the things that they want out of true and peaceful and great intentions. The intentions behind lust is not matching the intentions behind love. Lust does not draw abundance. Love draws abundance. And not necessarily abundance of just money or prosperity, abundance of everything, abundance of peace, abundance of green. Love is green. And I don't know why, but I just put myself in this place where I sometimes feel like hearts aren't red, hearts are green. Green hearts. I love a green heart. So be patient with whatever you're working towards. Be patient with whatever you are putting your energy into creatively, especially if something is something that you love doing. Do not expect anything out of it because then you'll just basically end up in this pit hole of disappointment. And I had to learn that love for what I do is not something that I can explain. It's just something that naturally comes to me. Love for a person naturally comes to me. I can't explain why I'm in love with this person, why I am in love with the way this tree looks. I'm just in love with it. This is a book that I'm reading. It's by Kyle Gray. It's called Raise Your Vibration. He has a tarot deck and I feel like I was very drawn to it, so I decided to get the book as well. I just purchased this book today and it had a lot of things that really touched me and I just want to share them with you. Loving thoughts are powerful. Sending loving thoughts to people, particularly those you are actually in touch with, has been proven to have a mental, emotional, and physical effect on them. Experiments have demonstrated that loving thoughts can support in healing others. So, even by sending loving thoughts to someone, you can heal them. Like you don't necessarily have to always be in contact with this person or physically touching this person in order for you to show love or gratitude for them. You don't have to say I love you in order for them to know that you love them. It's just based off your energy. How does your energy reflect this state of being in love? Does this person really feel in love with you? Do you show that you're in love with this person, or do you show that you're in love with this art form, with the way that you express yourself? Do you doubt yourself through your creativity? Do you feel like your creative endeavors aren't worth going after? Because if you feel that way, it'll show up in your art form. It'll show up in the way that you express yourself. If this is something that you really love doing, then it'll feel it. Like it'll feel it. Nature will feel if you're in love with it because it'll respond to you. Nature responds to everything that we do. And I also wanted to read devotion. Devotion is defined as love, loyalty, and worship. It's when you bring your awareness, focus, and energy to someone or something you have a deep unconditional love and respect for. When you devote your energy to something without expectation, you generate a bright light that draws in experience and energies that reflect your devotion. Love is devotion. Like to me, love is devotion. I am embodying devotion. I am devoted to what I do. I am devoted to nature. I'm devoted to this feeling of love. I'm devoted to who I am and having non-negotiables about how I express love for myself. There's beauty in that you can't see, that we can't see. There's beauty in commitment. There's beauty in no expectation.